So when I was really little, kindergarten age, my father, he just wasn't satisfied with my mother just filing for divorce and moving on with their life. He stalked her from California up to Reno, and then one night broke into our apartment. I woke up to the sound of my mom screaming and the sound of her body hitting the walls as he threw her around. I could hear him punching her. I could hear him yelling at her. At the time that occurred, I was overwhelmed. My mom was the victim, but my dad was the perpetrator. That just really confused me. I mean, what do I do? The overwhelming emotional confusion was too much for me, and I ended up pulling my own pillow over my head, trying to block out the sound of what was going on in the next room. But I couldn't block out the sound, you see. And it just kept going on and on. It seemed like it was going on forever. Finally, I threw the pillow off and I sat up in bed and I yelled, "Stop it, stop it, stop it." 3 times. There was a hush throughout the house. It was like, oh, we've awakened the children. How could that possibly have happened? I guess we should be quiet. My dad left at that point. He quietly left. And I could hear my mom picking herself up off the floor and beginning to put herself right. And with that, I laid back down and I went to sleep. And in the morning when I woke up, the place was pretty busted up. And my mom had obvious signs of a beating on her face. And I ended up not questioning the fact that we never talked about it for the rest of my life. My mother and I never talked about that night. Unfortunately, as a boy, so many of the lessons I learned were really very dysfunctional and contributed to a lot of pain in my future relationships. One of the lessons was, oh yeah, I'm all powerful. There is nothing I cannot do with the words that come out of my mouth. I can stop physical abuse on command. I can make horrible situations right again. I also learned a lot about not talking. You know, that was one of the big lessons is, okay, well, this is just something you live with. And if you're a mature person, you don't talk about it. You just suck it up and move on. Wow, what a great foundation for my future. Not to talk about my feelings, not to talk about what I've lived through, and that I can do anything. Kind of sets me up for a incredibly arrogant, narcissistic, control freak lifestyle, right? And it did for a number of years.